I'm connecting with a beautiful soul who recently had a calling to reevaluate work. Okay, so I'm hearing the word work for y'all. So if you're someone who have not been working, or you have been tuning into what is career even, or you're just recently not resonating with your how you've been doing work, how you've been earning money, something just feels off, like you're not motivated. And maybe you're even someone who's built very successful businesses and career, and then somehow you just feel like it's not clicking or it's not satisfying. But I'm saying somehow, but I feel that you already know that it's not the true thing. It doesn't mean that it's terrible or it's bad or it's wrong. Some of you guys, it definitely is. But I'm feeling here, a lot of you who are tuning into this right now, is the energy of misalignment. You came here to fulfill your soul purpose. If you're watching this video right now and something in your heart, like there's like some alignment or even pain in your heart, or there's some resonance here, you will feel into this energy of you didn't come here to slave away. You didn't come here to work and earn money. Not to say that you're lazy and you do nothing, is you have to realize that if you know that you came back here, if you know that you are not just human flesh and bones, if you have a level of awakening and a soul purpose that is being revealed to you, or it has been revealed to you, what this means is that you're here to share your wisdom, you're here to share your knowledge, you are here that you have certain modality, healing modality, certain ways of sharing your art, sharing yourself, being who you came here to be, anchoring in the frequency of healing, peace, love, joy, prosperity. And you can only do that when you are in your beingness, not in your doingness. Okay? And the doing is going to happen as a secondary. So for those of you who know that you have a higher spiritual purpose than just, like, okay, I'm going to clock in and clock out, this is the message for you. Until you fulfill your soul mission, until you tap into what you're meant to do. And again, I am channeling through your higher self, your God consciousness, something that you already know. I am confirming this for you. You already know that why you're here, why you came here, why you came back here, is to bring forth the new earth code, the new earth frequency, another way of doing, being. And working doesn't mean slaving, doesn't mean sacrifice. It means joy, sharing, prosperity. You can be very much doing something that lights your soul up and be in prosperity. Actually, that is how you'll be in prosperity. The code, the new earth code of wealth consciousness, of abundance, is you share abundantly and freely the gifts you have, the knowledge you have, the things that you know. You're here to share and put together, co-create this frequency of, I'm hearing a lot of you guys, it's beauty. Okay? Beauty, love, togetherness, happiness, wellness. Okay? I love you guys. Until you fulfill that, there's something gonna feel off. You might be manifesting illnesses. You might be manifesting things not working out. You might be manifesting things falling apart, like a job falling apart, a relationship falling apart. Okay, when I say you're manifesting this, a lot of it is subconscious, or subconscious mind, 90% of how this works. And if we look at it from a human level, there's going to be a lot of pain, suffering. Why me? Why is it happening? I don't get it. And there's going to be a lot of fear. Okay, but you're watching this right now because your higher self knows that it's not about the fear, it's not about the why me, but it's about everything is going to make sense when you connect the dots looking backwards, a year from now, 2 years from now, or even a month from now. Okay, some of you guys can happen very fast. What you're here to do is knowing that you are not crazy. And you have to know that you have received the codes already. And the codes are telling you that you're meant to share your voice. You're meant to communicate. You're meant to be seen for just you. And some of you guys can be feeling into like, that is resonating. I feel like I'm meant to just be me. Why do I have to figure this out, like trying to make money, trying to make a living? It's not going to resonate with you at a soul level, because you're actually not meant to make anything. You're meant to create. You're meant to create with your gifts. You're meant to create with, when I say your gifts, it comes from the divine, it comes from God. So if you know that you are anointed or blessed or been gifted with a gift of singing, of healing, of hosting meditation, of, yoga, retreat, or whatever, okay, making clothes, whatever it is for you, drawing, writing, you're meant to utilize that. And that is your source of prosperity, because that's your dharma. When you are living in your dharma, you are going to be supported. Okay? When you look up the ancient definition of the word dharma, you're going to understand more. It's going to give you more codes. Because everything in this world is not, it cannot be understood from just one level. You have to go to different levels of consciousness to really put it together. Everything is already designed the way it is. It's working in perfection. If you know, if you heard, okay, the calling to share your voice codes, to show up, to be more visible, to launch that website, to be an entrepreneur, to do that healing stuff, to do whatever, that is not you making it up. It is the voice of God. It's the voice of spirit. It's the voice of your higher self. It's the instruction. And the code and the instruction is follow that passion, follow that joy within you. Your gut feeling, your good feeling, it's all the same. That's why we're meant to love what we do. So if you don't feel joy, and it doesn't feel natural, and it doesn't feel like, oh my God, why is it so easy for me to do this and live this life? Like, it needs to kind of feel like that. And even if the thing looks hard, like it's a hard labor, or like you put a lot of hours in and you barely sleep, even it looks like that on the outside, but if it's really your soul purpose, you're gonna feel like it's so cool, it's so fun, it's so easy, it's so joyous. It's gonna feel something like that, because it's all designed. It's all designed to feel easy, to feel joyous, to feel like, oh my God, this is like a hack. Like, I feel like I hacked the matrix, Like, it's supposed to feel like that. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo. I honestly don't really care about soccer or football, but, ever since we see that big rock, okay, on his wife's fingers, now we care about soccer, okay? Now we care about football, okay? When I say we, it's me. Okay, so anyway, we... Okay, my ladies, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, okay? The energy of him just literally playing football, okay? And getting paid. I think he's like the first billionaire or a soccer player or something like that. And that is his passion. Can you imagine, like, a little boy? He said, I want to play football. That's what I want to do, okay? Can you imagine, like, certain parents or certain people will be like, get a real job. Go be a doctor. Go be a lawyer. Like, stop, Like, stop entertaining that. But he followed his dream. But he followed his passion. And he literally gets to play football, soccer, whatever you call it, okay? European or not, right? And he's creating massive wealth, and he's creating this beautiful life, and he's helping so many people, and he's showing so many young kids that it's possible to follow their dreams or whatever, okay? It's like that for you. The code is like that. Some of you guys are just like, I just love makeup, and I just love dancing, and I just love singing. Michelle Phan? She was like the first I don't know if she's the first or she was like a really big makeup influencer back in the day. Some of you guys know. She literally just put on makeup, you know, and films YouTube videos, and like she created this global movement and brand and helped so many people become makeup artists online or whatever, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So there is that code. You can make it. You need to let go. I'm gonna come closer, okay? We talk about important things here. You need to let go. You need to let go of the poisonous codes saying that it can't be you, that you're gonna be a starving artist, or like that's not a real job. What is real? Okay, I feel like I'm being in my Morpheus self right now. What is real? You know, what is real? Really? Bitcoin, crypto, it wasn't even real until it was. And do you know how many Bitcoin or crypto like billionaires now? You know what I'm saying? Do you get this code? What I'm saying? If you are tapped in, you can create and co-create this fabulous life, this fabulous dream life. People are gonna question it. People are not gonna get it. You're only gonna get what is possible if you're tapped in at a certain consciousness level. You don't need to know the how. But if the desire was put in your heart to paint, to draw, to share your singing, to share your art, to share your writing, to be online, to work with people energetically, to work with people physically, to, I don't know, build houses and whatever it might be. Or just like literally showcasing your lifestyle. You know how many vloggers are there? You know how many people watch them, and how, you know, like before it wasn't like an influencer thing, and now there's like this influencer concept where people just literally be who they are and live their life and get paid. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a sign for you to copy someone, because it's not your path. You need to know what is your path. Your path has been seeded in your heart. And that's and you cannot want what is not yours, because it's gonna lead you the wrong way. You can't get it because we can manifest anything. But it's gonna just like derail you, okay? It is not necessary. But it doesn't matter, you know, this life's for you to experience. So you can do whatever you want. Okay? But if you know that you are meant to do something in your heart, and it doesn't even make sense, okay? That is the thing. That is the thing. And it's not gonna become crystal clear either. It's gonna be vague until you give in, because how joy and passion and God, okay, gut feeling, gut feeling, is that it's gonna give you a hint. 777, 888, you know, 111, okay, whatever, flashing. And if it's like, ooh, I feel something. I'm in Bali right now, and I was called to be here. I had no plans to be here. Okay, I got the calling. I booked the flight the next day. I literally packed the night before, went to see my grandma at 5 a.m. in the morning and say, hey, grandma, I'm going to be gone for a while. I love you. You know, like literally, you have to follow the breadcrumbs. And it's going to, like, I'm going to give you a very big clue on how you know you're going to make it in life. If you get this like weird, like, how do you say, if you're gonna get this weird calling to do something that is not a real job, okay? If it doesn't feel like feasible, I feel now we have more options and more, you know, possibility, like, you know, what's possible. But if it's kind of generally, it sounds a little bit like you're just dreaming, but it feels like, yeah, I feel like that's more than what I want. It's for like, I feel like that's what I'm meant to have, okay? And especially if it sounds outrageous, that's the one. That's the one, okay? Can you imagine, guys? Like I used to work 9 to 5, okay, at a Fortune 500, company cubicle doing Excel spreadsheet, okay, stuff like that, boring stuff. I cannot predict this, Can you imagine? I tell my coworker, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm a energy reader." Can you tell you like, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm a vessel of the divine. I am a channel of the divine. Oh, I am a mirror." Of you. I mean, if I'm saying this, you guys get it, right? It's a real thing to us. But if I tell my coworkers at the time, they're gonna think I like freaking lose it. They're gonna think that, oh my god, you're doing what? Okay, Tina, okay, like they're gonna think I'm crazy. And I'm sure they did. And my parents did, and everyone thought I was crazy. Okay, except me. I didn't think I was crazy. Maybe at times, a question. But I just knew in my heart. And the thing is, I wasn't trying to make it a career. I wasn't trying to make it anything. I wasn't trying to be someone. I wasn't trying to be important. I wasn't trying to be anything. I really didn't have an outcome. I let go of that. All I knew is that there's something in me that just makes me want to share my love, my joy, my positivity, anything that is like great, I want to share with the world. Like there's something that is just seated in me. And I was introverted and I was shy and I was so insecure. So insecure. I pretended to be mute at some point in my life so that I wouldn't have to speak because I was bullied and teased when I moved to Canada when I was 9 years old. And growing up in a very dramatizing situation where I was shut down for sharing my feelings, reprimanded for saying what I want to say and being who I am. And I was so tiptoeing in life. So when I got this calling to, just make YouTube videos, I was like, what? But at the time, there's just something in me that was like, whatever. I really wanted to get over my fear of speaking. I wanted to get over my fear of being seen. Because I was so, I felt like the most pathetic person. Like I had problem making eye contact with people. I had social anxiety. I couldn't speak up for myself. Okay, when I was younger, I was dating this guy and I couldn't break up with him for freaking 2 years because I couldn't do it. Like I had no boundaries. I was looking in myself in the mirror and I just felt terrible. And the day I was like, I don't want to be this person anymore. I want to be someone I'm proud of. I want to be someone that I don't want to feel ashamed of my voice anymore. And that's kind of how I started my YouTube journey, And it wasn't like, oh, wow, I'm like this so enlightened, like energy readers. I'm going to put myself in. It's not even like that. Some of you guys, you're already there, okay? You already know what it is. For me, I didn't even know. But I just knew that I just want to share my gifts somehow. And I just kind of started with that. And then it evolved and it expanded my gift. It expanded my ability. The more I do it, the more I share, the more I channel, the more I read energies, the stronger the spiritual muscles I developed. And I'm sharing all of this because I want you to know what's possible for you. I want you to know that you're not crazy for having these visions and dreams and possibilities. I knew when I was working at the cubicle in Canada, I knew that I couldn't be there 5 years, 10 years. Because when I looked around, I remember there was a moment where I stood up and then looked around, like in the other cubicles. And I saw my co-workers having this award, when you hit 5 years or 10 years, the company give you I was working at a hand tools, power tools company. And it was this gold hammer, this bronze hammer, it's platinum hammer for how many years you get. And I'm like, oh my God, I do not want those hammers. I'm like, I don't think I can be here. I cannot imagine myself being here. being married or having kids and still working here in this cubicle. Like, that's not my dream. And then it scared me, because I'm like, what is my dream then? What am I meant to do then? I don't know, but I wanted to find out. I wanted to find out who I was. So I quit. I quit the job. I had my little savings, and I just started. I flew from Canada to Vietnam and started traveling around Vietnam, getting to know my home country, traveling across the world and picking up the pieces of myself and learning and just seeing the different ways of life. And, traveling really opened my perspective that you can live any life you want. It's just all made up. I go to Japan, people walk this way. I go to Thailand, people drive this side. I go to Canada, people drive the other side. Not even gonna get into the story of how I got my driving license. After going to all these countries, it was it was a mess. I was like driving on the wrong side. But I'll tell you the story later. But I got my license, but I don't drive for good reasons. Okay, let's just say that. But yeah, there's so many ways. So when I started sharing myself online, I just spoke from the heart. I just had the intention that I wanted to help. And I believe that's enough. So for you is maybe you cannot figure it out right now. Your intention to share yourself, to go beyond yourself, that is your soul purpose. For me, I surrender. I surrender my small self. I call it my small S self. And I open myself up to be the vessel of the divine. I ask God, the divine, the universe, to work through me, to share the messages that needs to be shared, whatever it might be, whatever topic, however. It's through art, it's through channeling, it's through working with people, it's through hosting retreats, it's through books. Like, it doesn't matter. I just want to be a useful human. And I believe you don't need to overcomplicate your soul purpose. And I've helped thousands of my clients all around the world do this. You just need to not get caught up in what is my soul purpose. You just need to tap in to what are the goods inside of you. What are the goods? What are some skills you have? What are some things you want to share? What are some real intention that it makes you so happy to be doing? Like, you don't even need to get paid for it, but it's just like, it makes you so happy to share it. And because of that, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Okay? So this is a reminder. This is I'm a mirror, I'm a reflection of you. And you get this. This is the world we live in. The world we live in is not what our eyes can see. It's what our mind can see, our spiritual eyes can see, and that gets projected out. What you're looking right now is what you believe that is possible for you. But can you have a different mental pictures in your head? Can you imagine a life of freedom, a life of peace, a life of bliss? And I could never imagine that I could live this life, but I don't even tell people that much about like the kind of life I live. It's really good. And maybe it's something I need to get over, but like, I live a really good life. I'm at this beautiful resort and spa. I have my massage booked soon. I hope I don't I don't forget. And sometimes I don't know what time, when we do these messages. And the other day, the masseuse, she had to come and get me. She's like, excuse me, we have an appointment. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I live this life where I don't need to be anywhere. I get to be wherever I want. And I stay at the most beautiful places. I really do. And I don't take anything of this for granted. And it's because I have dreamt this life. I knew that it was possible for me. And I knew that it was something that I'm meant to do. I'm meant to go and pick up codes. I'm meant to understand the world and relay these messages to you, to make you remember, to ask you, Hey, are you are you ready? You ready to wake up? I'm your cosmic alarm clock. That's my role. You're powerful. You are heart-based. You have a heart of gold. You want to do good in the world. Prosperity, abundance is going to come. It's guaranteed to come if you are operating in your soul purpose. And what that means is that if you know that there's something that you're afraid to be judged doing, that's the thing. That's the thing. I was so afraid to let people know, when I started my YouTube channel, it was a tarot reading channel. And honestly, it wasn't like, oh my God, I was obsessed with tarot reading or anything. Honestly, like it wasn't. It was like, I wanted to help people somehow and share a message of love and positivity. Like, honestly, it was just like so basic. Like I just feel like something in my heart, like I wanted to do it. And I was so bad at speaking and I had a fear of speaking. So I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna just use the cards to speak, because like now we don't have to think about scripts and all of that, And then the funniest thing is, I still don't use scripts, and I don't know how to use scripts. Like if you're gonna give me something to read, I'm gonna stumble over my words so hard. Like I have trouble reading things, okay? But if I speak from the heart, if I channel, if I allow myself to be the channel of the divine channel of God, things come through. Things come through and it lands because it's soul to soul. It's mirror to mirror, And I let go. I let go of feeling self-conscious. I let go of thinking about, oh my God, is my hair okay? Are people gonna judge me? Do I sound stupid? I let go. I let it all go. I let go and I let God. And I'm sharing all of this with you because I want to remind you that what you feel is not crazy. What you feel is true. But the code for you to get everything is you need to overcome fear, because fear is the illusion. Fear is the illusion. And again, I'm not talking about the fear of like, getting bit by bugs or, falling off the cliff. Like, I'm not talking about those fears. I'm talking about the fear of being seen in your divinity, doing something that's helpful, that is healing for people, that is bring massive value to the world. That's how you get divinely compensated. That's how you get your divine inheritance. It's when you utilize your gifts, your God-given gifts and ability, and share it widely and not hold back. When I share my YouTube stuff, like I share openly. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep these secrets for myself. Like if I know something, you're gonna know it. Okay? If I know something, my clients are gonna know it. If I know something, my people are gonna know it. Because what's good of me holding onto anything? Because everyone is us. We are all. We are one. The one is the all is the one. And when we remember that, when you're afraid of people judging you, it's not that people are judging you, it's that you have this fear of people judging you, so then you're seeing more of that. But when you begin to love yourself, when you begin to talk to your inner God, your higher self, your whatever, okay, the highest of light, the universe, when you begin to tap into that energy, it's going to confirm everything you know about yourself. If you're afraid to be seen, then you must be seen. Because why would you have that fear to overcome? Everything is already seated in you. You have a fear of speaking up, but somehow you want to share your voice, your words, your communication, because you're meant to. Do what it takes, guys. Do what it takes. Fear is going to hold you back. Fear is going to crush your dreams. Fear is going to inject poison in you. Everything is possible in this world. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. You're watching this. It's not a coincidence. We're connecting right now, heart to heart, soul to soul. Because your heart is ready to expand into divine service. Expand beyond the small s self. When you are a channel of the divine, when you manifest for the universe, when you create for the sake of, humanity and earth and beautiful things outside of yourself, that's when it will all come in. That's when your life is going to change, because you realize you tap into this code, this sacred code of the all is the one and the one is the all. And you cannot live selfishly because you're blocking the flow. Okay? Whatever you got, I know some of you guys have amazing knowledge. Some of you guys I see in the comments, I read all the comments, by the way. So just thank you for leaving comments, leaving, your appreciation note, taking the time to say thank you. It really touched my heart, guys. It really does. Because I think of you guys as my soul family, and I'm here every day. So if you feel called to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you are part of our fam. I'd love to have you. No, when I read that and I work with some of you guys in my coaching containers, seen, heard, and felt, light warriors, and working with you guys one-on-one. Honestly, I am so privileged to be working with some of the most beautiful human beings, so smart, so wise, so pure. And I want you to see yourself properly. See yourself properly. And the prayer that I do, and what really helps me, is I pray and I ask my inner God, the divine, to show me. Please show me. Please allow me to see myself properly. Please allow me to see myself properly. Please cleanse my eyes, cleanse my heart, cleanse my mind. Please allow me to see myself properly, see myself clearly. Because we've been so programmed and conditioned to think that we're not good enough, that we should be ashamed of our body, our voice, or gifts, but it's all a lie. Everything I hated about myself is my gift. Everything that I was ashamed about myself is the medicine that I give to the world. So how many people who've been healed during my activation sessions, my energy activation, my portal events, my meditations, my videos, my coaching, is because of my voice. That people receive the healing codes they're destined to receive. They get to live their best life ever because they realize what's possible. And this is the voice that I was ashamed of, pretended to be mute, hated, going to bed crying. Why do I have this stupid voice and this stupid accent? And why can't I speak English properly? Why can't I read off a fucking script like every other person? Why is it so much of a struggle? There's something wrong with me. I'm stupid or something. But I cannot imagine if I didn't share my voice. I wouldn't connect with you. I wouldn't have received those messages of people telling me how I've changed their lives, my messages, my voice, my meditations, my activation. Have put a smile on their face, have opened up their heart, have allowed them to let go from toxic relationships and know what they're worthy of. I can't imagine that. So this is a reminder for you. You have no idea who is waiting for you on the other side when you share your gifts. Who is waiting for you? Who is literally thanking you in tears because you showed up, not just for you, for your soul tribe, for the people you haven't even met yet. Do you feel this? It's your sign, okay? It's your sign. I'm serious. This is not just some random ass video. I'm speaking to you, heart to heart. You can do it. And it's not even can do it. It's like you're meant to do it. and you know it, and I know it. And I want you to come back and tell me the good news. Okay? What's landed for you? Let me know down below. And give this a like if you liked it. And I'm here every day, so I'm looking forward to connect with you on the next one.